Hey guys, welcome to technology. We are going to see how to pass props from parent component to child component, and we'll do this using React and TypeScript. So first of all, let's create parent component and child component. We will cover creating React functional components. We'll add empty interfaces as initially we are not expecting any props, and we'll see how to import these components into App.tsx, and we'll also import child component into parent component. And we won't be concentrating on the CSS or the styling part. Let's create a parent component. In here we will first import React, then we will write an interface for this component. Now we will export the functional component here. Let's name it parent component again, and this is a React functional component with expected return type. So these props, we could better name it like this for better relativity. And so this is the expected type. Now we should actually accept the props here, and this is an arrow method. So we will return a div saying parent component here. Now we should call this so we have exported this. Now we should call this parent component in the app.tsx. So let's import from parent component slash parent component, and as we have exported the parent component, there is another way of exporting. So we can export it as default parent component, or we could export it directly as const. So if we export as default parent component, we can use any name in the app.tsx for it without curly braces. But as we are exporting with const, so we will have to use the same name as the export function or method name. So now we will apply it here. This is the parent component, you can see. So now let's create a child component. It will almost be on the same lines as the parent component. So this should be a tsx file, and as we have written for the parent component, we can use the same code here. The only thing is we can name it after the child component. Now I need to import this child component in the parent component exactly as we imported parent component in this app.tsx. So import from child component. So this address should be dot slash, as it is one folder up. So here, as we are exporting it as a const, we will directly use child component here. Now you can see we get child component here. Now let's see how to add expected props in child component, and we'll also see how to pass these props from parent component to child component. So this is like passing data from parent to child. We'll see how to destruct the props, and we'll also see how to display them. We are still not covering the CSS part. Let's add expected props to child component. Suppose I want a name which is of type string, age which is of type number. Now this parent component will show an error because the child component is expecting two props, name and age. So this is how we write it. Now here we are expecting props which is of type. So whatever props we will send from here, they will fall in this props variable, and we can use that props in this. So we can deconstruct it, destructuring of props. So from props we are expecting name and age. Now in the child component we can write something like label name and corresponding to it we can, suppose we are just typing the values, so here we need to write in curly braces to represent this variable name here, and we will do the same thing for age. So this is how we do it for age. Now we have a error, child component, it is expecting some props. Okay, so it is missing some props there. Now we need to pass those props from here, so we will just say name equal to take virtue, age equal to, as age is a number we will pass 1. Now we don't have any errors, and we can check here, we got name, take virtue, age 1. We can also add optional props in child component. Suppose we need a phone number, and this phone number may or may not be there. So when I added phone number, you can see that we are getting the error, we need a phone number. But if phone number is optional, we may or may not have the phone number, then we need to add this question mark as part of this interface. So we'll now have no problem. We will try to print that phone number here. So here we will write like if phone number, we should also write that phone number here. If phone number, sorry, not like this, we'll write if phone number, we should print phone number, otherwise we can simply print not applicable. So we are not passing any phone number, we have not applicable. If we pass a phone number, so this is random number, we are not writing any validations here, so we'll get that phone number printed here.